Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, it's way too windy to fly out here today, but that's why I'm out here. Because it's too windy to fly, so therefore I'm gonna fly. And if you even hear the wind, that gives you a testament, because it's over our wind muff and our filters on our audio equipment. All right, this is the HOBBYZONE Carbon Cub S2. Okay, I've went in there, cleaned her all up. Look at the wind pushing her backwards. Went in there, cleaned her all up, hooked everything back up, basically reassembled her, and put in an AR630 Spektrum antennaless receiver and upgraded to the AS3X Plus. But the AS3X Plus settings, I left them at the default, so we're not really going to go over that. Got flaps, got light. I don't have lights though. Running a 2200 Spektrum Smart Pack in her. That AS3X is having to work overtime right now. Got the leading edge vortex generators to help with slow flight stability. Put enough wind into the wind and she literally
time remaining 5 minutes.
Into the wind, boy, she's slow right down. There, I'll walk the dog a little bit. Yeah, she's struggling with that wind. It don't like, Daddy, what are you doing to me? Why do you hate me so? Look how beautiful that plane is. That's just a good looking plane. Start getting too slow, that wing starts rocking, she's about to drop a wing on you. Alright. I don't dare use flaps. I definitely don't need flaps right now.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Da, 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 da. Starting to inch forward. This is what I call windsurfing. That plane is literally not moving. It's a shame there's no clouds where you can tell the reference. Let me go over here. Up kind of high here. I'm going to turn around. Now
remaining 3 minutes.
Now there's clouds in the shot, and you can kind of see. There's no camera trickery. That's me flying right now. That's just her into the wind. I'm up awfully high, I know. All right, pick up the pace a little bit. All right. Crab her on over. All right, let's see if we can actually land on the runway. Throttle and rudder are my key things right now. Keeping the wings level with ailerons and an elevator. There, just trying to set her down. All right. This is where the wind is actually my friend right now. Goes basically right down the runway.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
And when you take off into the wind and land the wind, there's a certain amount of stability that's added to that. Just a good flying plane. Just a good flying plane. Well, one of the reasons why it's one of the best trainers you can get. A little pricey for a trainer, but you do get an awful lot for the money. There, tail never touched. It's walking the dog here. Little knife edge here. I tell you what, flying this one makes me miss my Carbon Cub, big blue Carbon Cub. I really miss that plane. But I had to sell her for space and time, space and money, really.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Oh, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy. That's just me having some fun there. All right. Well, it got windy all of a sudden, man.
30 seconds. Seconds.
Timer's expired, I know. All right.
Hop is secured. Safe to touch.
All right. Had 1 second left on a, I think, a 5-minute timer. I think. Hold on.
Starting the clock again.
6-minute timer. So we flew for 5 minutes and 59 seconds. All right. Settings. I'm not going to go over flaps because I didn't use flaps. But
battery not charged for flying.
100% throws, 30% expo on the rudder. Aileron. 100% throws, 30% expo. Elevator, 100% throws, 30% expo. The AS3X settings, AS3X Plus settings are just the default that they come by. I didn't alter them in any way. So there's no point in going over them. Did not use flaps, so there's no point in going over that. And bottom loader. So that's the only inconvenient thing about the plane, but other than that, it's a great flying plane. And CG on this kind of a plane is always pretty much 1.5 inches in, or a finger length in from the front of the plane. I don't have the battery in, but she CG'd basically, even with the battery in or out, basically 1 finger length in. And that's pretty much where she'll CG. Even without the battery, she's going to CG there. And with the battery, she's going to CG there. So, 6-minute timer. And I've still got 64% left on a 2200 3S. Well, folks, that is the HOBBYZONE Carbon Cub S2. This one has been around for a long time. This when they first came out with this initial bind and fly that had the virtual fins and auto level and the loiter mode and all that. It had all that, but I took that out, put a regular receiver in it, flew it around fine. I actually sold that receiver, and now I said, you know what, I want to go back to having the whole safe, the whole 9 yards in it. And so I put an AR630 in there, in the same, right there in the middle of the plane where you put the receiver. Great flying plane. I got the flaps in. Didn't really need them today, obviously, but just the only thing you need to do is on these skirts, they will pop off really easily. Just run you some black zip ties through them skirts where they attach, anchor them down. All you got then is just the black. You can see it, but hey, that keeps them skirts on. That's the original skirts, and this plane is, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. Gave her a clear coat last night, put the receiver back in her, and said, let's take her to the field and see how she still flies. And boy, she does. She flies great. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is the HOBBYZONE Carbon Cub S2. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God bless each and every one of y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, God is good, and Carbon Cubs. Bye-bye.